probably the strongest Donald Trump defender in the media. He's also been a big Roy Moore defender. However, when these allegations arose against Roy Moore, Sean Hannity went through them, and Media Matters basically decided that they were going to target Hannity. Now, Media Matters is a left-wing agitprop group run by David Brock. They've targeted Rush Limbaugh before. They've targeted Sean Hannity before. They've targeted virtually every major right-wing host has been targeted at some point by Media Matters. And Media Matters is a Clinton agitprop organization. They were co-founded essentially by the Clintons and the Podestas, and their entire goal was to defend the Democratic agenda from the outside. What they do is they, in some cases, take quotes out of context or make up allegations. And then they call up all the advertisers on programs like Sean Hannity, and then they convince them that there are tons of people who are super outraged at these advertisers for advertising on Hannity, and they get them to pull their advertisements. So what they alleged is a couple of things. They said that Sean Hannity had said that it was consensual, the allegations about Roy Moore, that he had taken a 14-year-old girl out, that he'd taken her from her home, that he'd stripped her down, that he touched her, and then made her touch him. They said that Hannity had said that was consensual. Hannity never said any such thing. We went through that tape last week, if you recall. Then they said that his interview with Roy Moore was basically propaganda for Roy Moore. It certainly wasn't. Here's some clips from the interview with Roy Moore. You should remember these clips because these will also become relevant when we discuss the actual allegations against Roy Moore, the Senate Republican candidate in Alabama.
At that time in your life, let me ask you this. You do remember these girls. Would it be unusual for you as a 32-year-old guy to have dated a woman as young as 17? That would be a, 15-year difference, or a girl 18. Do you remember dating girls that young at that time?
Not generally, no. If I did, I'm not going to dispute anything, but I don't remember anything like that.
But you don't specifically remember having any girlfriend that was in her late teens even at that time?
No, I don't remember that, and I don't remember ever dating any girl without the permission of her mother. And I think in her statement, she said that her mother actually encouraged her to go out with me. These allegations are completely false and misleading. But more than that, it hurts me personally because, I'm a father. I have one daughter. I have 5 granddaughters, and I have a special concern for protection of young ladies.
Okay, so Moore, those not good responses by Moore, but it was pretty good interviewing by Hannity. Hannity went through each of the charges individually. He discussed them at length with Roy Moore. It was a good interview. It doesn't matter. Media Matters decided they were going to target Sean anyway. So they go after Keurig by astroturfing a bunch of people to tweet at Keurig, and Keurig responds with this tweet. So Keurig responds by saying, Angelo Carasone is the head of Media Matters. He says, "Good afternoon, Keurig. You are currently sponsoring Sean Hannity's show. He defends child molester Roy Moore and attacks women who speak out against sexual harassment. Please reconsider." Okay, he can't name how Sean actually defended child molester Roy Moore. And he also can't explain exactly how Sean attacked women who spoke out against sexual harassment. Like, he doesn't actually have any evidence of that. This is all nonsense. But Keurig responds because advertisers get afraid of controversy. So Keurig responds by saying, "Angelo, thank you for your concern and for bringing this to our attention. We worked with our media partner and Fox News to stop our ad from airing during the Sean Hannity show." So they pulled their advertisements. Well, this drove a lot of Sean's fans to basically pull a reverse boycott and say, okay, we're not going to buy Keurig products anymore. If you're going to pull stuff based on Media Matters going after Sean Hannity, well, then we're not going to sponsor you, right? You won't sponsor Sean. We won't sponsor you. Now, there are a couple of things that are right about this and maybe one thing that I think is a problem. But here's some video of people destroying their Keurig machines. So this one has gone viral. This is a fellow who decided to go golfing against his Keurig machine. He tweeted, "Guys, MAGA Twitter is drilling Keurig machines with 10-pound practice drivers." Here we go.
Let's see what we can do with this thing.
And there goes the Keurig machine. I believe we have one here at the office. We have not yet shattered it. The reason we haven't shattered it yet is because if you shatter a machine that you already bought, that doesn't actually involve a boycott, right? Like if I shatter something I've already bought, all that means is that I don't have the thing anymore. So I'm not really sure how that is effective. But the idea that you're going to boycott a place like Keurig for pulling out advertising, it's not completely wrong-headed. I think there are a lot of people who are making fun of it today. This is not the only example of somebody destroying a Keurig machine. Here's another example of somebody doing it. Wait.
Oh, boy.
And boom, there it goes from the second story. Somebody broke the Keurig machine. Again, I don't see the point of buying a product and then breaking the product. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If you want to boycott Keurig, just don't buy more K-Cups. But here is sort of the logic. When I was at Truth Revolt, we launched boycott campaigns against people like Al Sharpton, against Martin Bashir on MSNBC. When we launched a boycott campaign against Alec Baldwin, we helped get Alec Baldwin kicked off the air at MSNBC. The point of those was not because we thought that boycotting advertisers that sponsor programs politically is wrong. In fact, we obviously love that. The reason we did that is because we were trying to prove to the left that this is a bad tactic. Right? We wanted mutually assured destruction. The idea here is that whenever the left gets angry, they pressure advertisers to pull advertising from political programming. And that's really dangerous because what that ends up doing is creating a market vacuum where people refuse to advertise on places like Fox News. You want to know why Fox News is constantly running, catheter ads, and why MSNBC, which has lower ratings, is constantly running car ads? The reason is because nobody is boycotting the cars, but a lot of people are boycotting the cars if they appear on Fox News. So long as the left insists on playing this game, playing the game in reverse seems to me justified as a mutually assured destruction scenario. It shouldn't be something that we embrace wholeheartedly. It shouldn't be something where we say, yeah, boycott advertisers. I don't like boycotting advertisers. I think that it's generally wrong. But if the idea here is that you have to teach advertisers, number one, that you can astroturf a call on pretty much anything, and number two, teach the left that this has the same effect on the left that it has on the right, and everybody should put down their guns. That seems to me like that would be a worthwhile thing. The bottom line here is that Media Matters is a really despicable organization, and they're making up allegations in order to go after Sean. There are plenty of things that Media Matters could go after Sean after if they wanted to, but that's not exactly what they decided to do. Instead, they decided to take Sean out of context deliberately in order to go after him, and it's pathetic that advertisers